Greeting, young men of the Anna Ward. It's Brother Fisher. I have decided to take this week's priesthood lesson and give it to you digitally to assist your parents and to do something different. So, Brother Fisher's goal is to have a 5-minute lesson. Today, we're going to talk about gathering Israel. And this week, with Come Follow Me, you had the chance to learn a little bit about the gathering of Israel through the parable in Jacob chapter 5, where the Lord of the vineyard and the servant of the vineyard graft trees, put trees back together. So I would encourage you to pause this video and go look in the Bible dictionary at Israel, what Israel is. Before we start, though, I encourage you to reach out to your classmates from church to see how they're doing. And don't just do it because I've asked you to do it, but do it because you care about each other and because you love each other. If you don't have a cell phone, ask mom and dad if you can call. Just reach out to those, because I'm sure because we're not meeting regularly, there are people out there that need to know that we care, because we actually do care. All right, so on to the lesson. So in 2018, President Russell M. Nelson invited the church to be a bigger part of the greatest challenge, the greatest cause, and the greatest work on earth today, the gathering of Israel. That's how important it is. It's big. What is the gathering of Israel? Hopefully you did pause and go read what Israel is. But it's missionary work here for people on the earth, and it's also for people that have passed on, temple work. So I'm sure you're probably pretty bored with this, current circumstances in the world, as you are spending a lot of time at home. So you can do lots of things like reach out to people and do missionary work. The Gospel Living app is a great resource to share on social media, as well as doing temple work, so that when temples reopen and we go on a temple trip again as the youth, we have lots of names to take to the temple. In Jacob chapter 5, verse 71, it says, "Go to and labor in the vineyard with all your might, and if you labor with your might, with me ye shall have joy." One of my greatest joys in my life is helping other people, whether it be through missionary work, through my children, through my employees at work. I try to set a good example constantly for those around me, because I may be the only member of the church they ever meet. And I know for a fact that some of my employees, though I am the only member of the church that they know about. All right. Scrolling through part of the lesson. President Nelson said, "Anytime you do anything that helps anyone on either side of the veil take a step forward, making covenants with their God and receiving their essential baptismal and temple ordinances, you are helping to gather Israel." So, what I'll encourage you to do is to be a good example to gather Israel. This means not only in thought, in deed, in action, in person, in social media. Anything you do, you need to be a good example. I encourage you to help around the house with mom and dad right now. They're probably a little stir crazy. You're a little stir crazy. But help around the house. If you remember our new Aaronic priesthood theme, it talks a little bit about being an example in our home. And that's really, really important. We can do and gather Israel by helping around the home. I know that sounds silly, but that's very true. All right, so the priests know that I normally close my lesson with telling them that I love them, and I mean that. I love the youth of our ward. I tell the young men that the priests, any mistakes they make in their life, they can fix no matter what. That love is unconditional from our Heavenly Father, and that if you need to talk to someone, talk to your parents, and if you can't talk to your parents, come find one of your youth leaders. I mean that. So I hope you have a great week, another great week of spring break. I hope you work on your youth program because you got plenty of time on your hands. I hope you're not spending too much time on social media or playing video games. I hope you find something to keep yourself busy. The bishopric, young women's presidency, the old young men's presidency, we're now advisors. We love you. So stay safe, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.